हाय एवरीवन, जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय माता दी। पहली बार हिस्ट्री ऑफ मर्चेंट नेवी डिकोडेड मैं एक चीफ इंजीनियर बैठा हूँ दो कप्तानों के बीच में। एक है कैप्टन सुदर्शन बिष्ट देहरादून से, कैप्टन इन एमएससी। इनको मैं ब्रांड एम्बेसडर कहता हूँ वाई ऑफ मर्चेंट नेवी। दैट विल बी मेकिंग अ सेपरेट वीडियो विद हिम। दूसरा हमारे साथ कैप्टन सचिन नेगी सर। आई हैव अ बैड हैबिट ऑफ फॉरगेटिंग नेम्स, अभी थोड़े पहले याद किया था। सेंटेक में सर इज अ कैप्टन अगेन फ्रॉम देहरादून। जिस जगह पे मैं बैठा हूँ इसका नाम सर आप बताइए प्लीज़।
This is Studio The Concept. It is in Rajpur Road next to Kalsang.
एंड यहाँ पर हम जो बैठे हैं एम्बियंस है, यहाँ पर इट्स इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग थिंग, जहाँ पर आपको यू गेट बेस्ट थिंग्स। एंड ये सर का अपना वेंचर है। नाउ आउट एयर वाई वी आर सिटिंग ओवर हेयर इज टू टॉक अबाउट मर्चेंट नेवी लाइफ इन अ डिफरेंट डोमेन। तो पहले मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ सुदर्शन बिष्ट सर से। सर एक छोटा सा अपने बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन थोड़ा सा दे दीजिए।
Myself, Captain Sudarshan Singh Bisht. I've been living in Dehradun for almost 35 years and joined Sea Life about 25 years back. Got command about 14 years back. Presently sailing with MSC and with MSC for the last 10 years and till now it's going fine. No plans to quit. And hopefully let's see where the life takes me.
ओके ग्रेट।
That's
सर
what
आपके बारे में प्लीज़।
I am Captain Sachin Negi. I've been living in Dehradun for the last, I think, about 12-13 years. My father was in the army, so we kept rotating around India. Finally settled down in Lucknow, and then after marriage, I came to Dehradun. So I've been out at sea since the past 23 years. Joined in somewhere, I think, 99 or 2000, I forgot. And been a master for the last 8 years now with the same company. It was ex-Navigate Ship Management, now converted into Centec Ship Management, and it's been going great. I'm in oil tankers plus oil chem tankers plus chem tankers, so I've done all these tankers except for gas tankers. It's been going great. Hopefully life would be better in the coming few years.
ओके सर आप ही रखिए, मेरी आवाज़ मैं थोड़ा तेज बोलूँगा।
हाँ।
सर सो आई हैव गॉट टू कैप्टन्स, वन इज फ्रॉम कंटेनर शिपिंग बैकग्राउंड एंड वन इज फ्रॉम
Tanker background.
टैंकर बैकग्राउंड। सो आज थोड़ा सा इसको व्हेन वी मेक वीडियोस आई नेवर नो, आई जस्ट गो विद द फ्लो।
हाँ।
सर अगर मैं आपसे 3 एडवांटेजेस पूछूं ऑफ जॉइनिंग शिप, बिकॉज दीस वीडियोस आर गोइंग टू बी वॉच्ड बाय दिस aspirants out there. So as we know that container shipping versus tanker shipping में salary is always up above over here.
Yes.
That's correct.
But still, why should someone go for container shipping in your view?
Container shipping, in my view, container shipping is like a fast trade. You go at a higher speed, so you get frequent ports. So you get frequent ports. So the first advantage that a person gets on a container vessel is you get more ports.
More ports.
More ports means more port stay. More port stay means more shore leave.
More shore
That is for the crew. ठीक है, and that is a very big advantage if you consider as far as the tanker life goes, where people hardly get to go ashore. ठीक है, so that is number one. Number two, there are many people who don't like long voyages. ठीक है, so for us, for people like us, we do trans-ocean in say about maximum in about 2 weeks. That's trans-Pacific. Trans-Atlantic 10 days.
Very fast.
Very fast. Like, okay, the maximum container speed goes to about 25 knots, but presently because of that fuel saving policies of the company, they've reduced that maximum speed to about 20 knots. So more or less 20. So even with 20, that is pretty much high as compared to
Normal tanker. Yeah.
the tanker or the gas carriers. It's still pretty high. So that is one speed. Another factor is the speed. The third is in containers, for the past some time, the sizes of container ships are growing pretty big. Like when I started with around 2000 TEU ship. By the time now, I am the master of the largest container vessel in the world. That is about a 24,000 TEU, 400 meters long, 62 meters beam, and the total height from the keel to the top is about 84 meters.
What is the name of the ship, sir?
That was MSC 6N.
Okay.
So I've done it twice. So those are giant. Those are like an island actually. It's very difficult to control. Your navigation and the maneuvering characteristics change completely when you go on those ships. But yes, you get a different experience. Now I'll be going on the LNG powered vessel. So again, that's a different experience. Okay, of course, LNG powered is again coming on to the tanker fleets also. There are a lot of LNG powered, but yes, the technology is changing, things are changing. So container vessels have got its own advantages.
So one
And
is that
yes, you can, you don't have that much load on you because there are no,
Additional inspection as such.
inspections. We only worry about the port state.
Port state
ठीक
controls.
है, we are not worried about the wettings. So if you finish, for example, you're doing Europe, China. So if you finish Paris MOU, you know it is not going to come for the next 1 year. You finish the Tokyo MOU, nobody is going to come in the Far East
Yeah.
for you for the at least the next 6 months, at least, if not 1 year. So our inspections are quite less. Normally you get one PSC in your contract,
Yeah.
if at all, and not more. If you're unlucky, I would say 2, but that's it. Then you have got only the company inspections, unlike the tankers who are always on their toes.
yeah.
So that is another advantage. So the pressure on you is not that much.
So as
I
a
would say.
captain today, sir, do you go and to those frequent port visits right now or no?
No, of course, even on the larger ones, the ports are quite a lot. So we do have frequent ports. Like my round trip of say about 90 days, we do about 24-25 ports.
So in 90 days you do 24 ports. Sir, that is a disadvantage as well. In ways ki frequent port stays means frequent mooring, frequent
Yes,
all
yes,
those stuff.
frequent stations. That accounts to greater risk, I would say. Okay, but we have got used to it. I take it as an opportunity. People take it, a crew takes an opportunity because they get to go ashore.
Yeah, get to go ashore.
So
They get
it's depends upon the individual how he takes it, whether he takes it in a good way or a bad way. People who don't like to go ashore, they take it in a bad way. But then I feel everybody likes to go ashore somewhere down the
Agreed,
line,
sir,
right?
every day. It refreshes, it
Everybody,
changes.
yes.
I mean, post-COVID, it has been the biggest concern for everybody, especially tanker folks. As it is, we used to go. Sorry.
No worries.
As it is, we used to never have that kind of shore leave. So now, after post-COVID, the curtailment from the shore side and the terminal side is also increased quite a lot, thereby decreasing our short stay. That is why in tankers, as compared to containers, we have shorter contracts.
Shorter contracts. So as a
Because-
captain, sir, how much month is your contract?
MSc gives 4 months to Master's Chief Engineer, 5 to Chief Officer and Second Engineer, 6 to all the
Junior
remaining officers,
Yeah.
and 9 months to the crew.
Yeah.
And so what about on tankers? say-
Tankers normally here in management companies it would be 4 plus minus 1 for the top 4 and 5 plus minus 1 for the junior officers. And if you go to ownership companies, they have this 3 on 3 off policy for top 4, and for the junior officers, I think it is about 4 on 3 off, something like that. So, I mean, the ports are not that as much as the containers.
So, sir, I'll put it again, rephrase to you.
Yeah.
Is it? Say, now we have got reasons ki why somebody should join containers, that is frequent ports,
Yeah.
fast life. Even I would say sign on, sign off also, you know ki when
Yes.
you're going to get sign on.
Yes.
Because
That is
which
another
very,
advantage,
very
yes.
unpredictable in all those ships. It is very predictable
If
on
it
container
is
ships.
if it is not an issue of a company getting the finding the crews, the crew to join, it is quite predictable. When you join, you know when you will sign off.
Sign off. So this is another advantage. More peaceful life as compared to, apart from PSC, don't have many other things.
Yeah.
Now let's come to this tanker background.
So,
One is salary part. That is where
Leave
people
that
get
if you-
attracted towards tankers. What else?
what else? I would say second thing would be shorter contracts than compared to other vessels, less number of port stays, and
Now less number of ports is again mean,
I mean-
you can take it as an advantage or a disadvantage.
I
Yes.
mean, when we say port, our job is basically on liquid cargoes. So any kind of spillage, even a drop of oil going overboard, is a tension environment for us. So if you ask me as a tanker master, I would love to be at sea all the time, not come to any ports.
I agree 10 on 10.
हाँ.
मेरे लिए भी सर यही है.
Never to come on ports. I will sign on, sign off. Though it may look very difficult for a person who's about to join, that you're not seeing shore. But believe you me, this time was my longest contract as a master, or for that matter, as a seafarer. I did 10 months as a master this time.
क्या बात कर रहे हो सर?
10 months at this time, and I used to be frequently on call with this guy, and never did I face a thing mentally that I have done too long. Never, because maybe 25 years down the line, you can understand how the work is. It was a brand new tanker. We had taken a delivery from yard, and after that, I was supposed to sign off in March. Then it became July, and like him, I cannot guarantee when I'm signing off.
Unpredictable.
We are on a basically not on a time charter. We're on a spot market, so the ports can change like this. You're supposed to be going there, and suddenly the port can change within 1 day of reaching that port. The port can change. So coming back to your question, like you said, the advantages, one is of course the salary is on the higher side as compared to bulk carrier and containers. Secondly, a less amount of time on board to be done. Tanker companies are coming in a big way for improving the morale of the crew by giving them more internet time, because you can't go ashore. So the only recourse is to give them more internet time so that you can talk with your friends and family. And plus, on tankers, you're always on your toes because of multiple inspections. In these 10 months, I think I did almost 8 months on a stretch. There was not a month in which I didn't have any inspection.
Whether vetting or whether
Internal, external, ISM audits, all these audits are there, vettings are there. And for a new tanker, as if you are aware that we have vettings quite often. We have loading, discharging. So you have to be on your toes, and that, believe you me, that 3 months or 4 months time, they just goes like this. Because once you are working, when you're working, and like you said, there are no Saturdays and Sundays on tankers. I don't know about containers, whether they have Saturdays, Sundays. Sunday is supposed to be an off, but the kind of work environment we have, we don't get that off. It will look very daunting for a person who is joining for the first time.
Really, they need to know the reality, sir.
But this is the reality. I'm talking, money does not come easily. Anywhere you have to work, it does not come easily. So you have to work towards it. But it gives you a satisfaction at the end of the day that the job is done. See, in the end, whether it is a container, a bulky or a tanker, you have to be a professional. Any job for that matter. Not only shipping, you have to be a professional. If you have professionally done something well, it gives you a self-confidence that you have done a job. This is what you've been trained for. And where have you gone wrong, we can learn from it or not. So the advantage, again, like I said, less shorter contract, more money, and more challenging workspace. More challenging workspace. I'm not denying the fact he does not have a challenging workspace. We have a little bit more. That's about it.
Okay, so coming back to you, my next question to you is, कि today when you are sailing on container ships, and what is the biggest challenge that you face today, whether it is related to crew, or whether it is related to the quality of officers, or whether it is related to handling their queries, or related to office?
The biggest challenge, I would say, and I think Sachin would agree to me, is crew. Of course, the quality issue was always there.
Yeah.
It was always there. What has happened in the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of new deliveries and new ships have come. As a result, what has happened is probably the supply chain has not improved. I'm not talking of the crew supply chain. I'm talking of the spares. The management, even of, be it the ownership, be it of the management companies.
Very generally,
for a complete shipping company, the biggest challenge that you are facing right now is the supply of stores and spares. You raise a requisition, and you know, until and unless a vessel is stopping, they will get, if the vessel is stopped and the vessel cannot move, then you will get the requisition immediately. Otherwise, there is a delay. There is of almost 6-7 months for any spare to arrive your vessel, and that much time is being provided by the manufacturer.
Yeah. There's always a lead time for the spare.
There is a very big lead time that is happening now, and Especially for a company which is growing, like my company is almost growing by about, for the last 2 years, it has grown by average of 150 ships a year. So right now we are having about 600 vessels and it is still growing. So it has become very difficult. It is becoming difficult to manage. You have to be after the company. The company tells you be after us. To be fair enough for the company, they tell us be after us so that we'll provide you with the things on time. So as a master, the most challenging task really becomes handling of crew has always been there, but running the vessel, and you know the things are not going to come on time, they're not going to reach you on time. So you have to run in that situation. You are at home, you know, ये चीज तुम्हें मिलने ही नहीं वाली है, or it's going to take time, there's a lead time. Somehow you have to manage. And I believe we are one of the best by that जुगाड़ method. By hook or by crook, कैसे भी करो जुगाड़, जहाज चलना चाहिए.
Ship should not
So
stop. Yeah.
that is what is I believe the biggest challenge right now. बाकी तो चलता रहता है, weather, making an ET on time, अपना maintain रखना, and that is happening. That is everywhere. That was always there.
शिपिंग हमें इतना इंडिपेंडेंट बना देती है कि अगर कोई चीज़ नहीं है तो कैसे हैंडल करना है. आप ठीक है, आपने बोला कंपनी को, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट मैटर्स इज द थिंग शुड नॉट स्टॉप. इट हैज टू रन सम, एंड दैट इज
our job on board is that only, to manage the things and get the ship running. No management, no ownership would like the ship to stop. For even I'll give an example that in tankers, in the charter party, in the spot market where we are, whatever is the length of your voyage, you can't stop for more than 3 hours. Stoppage of more than 3 hours means off hire.
and then there's a lot of money involved.
Money involved for a ship, say an MR size ship or an LR size ship. For your people, LR size ships mean about LR1, LR2, about LR1, 2, about 110,000 deadweight ships. Per day rates today is about $70,000 to $80,000
70
per day rates. And right now for the past 2 years, the tanker market has been on a high. So imagine the amount of pressure which is there on a chief engineer and a master that keep the ship running all the time. And as if you also know, you've been a chief engineer, it's a dynamic thing. It's a machinery thing. Anything can go bad any time. And like he said, be it in management, be it ownership, spares are a problem. We have to manage it some way or the other. Second, which I find over the period of so many years, is loss of sync between ship and shore. When I say loss of sync between ship and shore, nowadays there's a lot of micromanagement going from shore side.
yeah.
Masters and chief engineers are not being considered that proficient as they were during the time I started off. The say is less. There is more of micromanagement from shore. You do this, we are telling you to do this. They're not listening to us. So if you have kept us on a chair, you have to understand that we have come there from the start till the end. So we are saying, on some basis we are saying. So the sync is lost. I think the reason for that is basically nowadays anybody who's done one command as master or one tenure as a chief engineer is sitting ashore. I think it's easier to sit ashore and do a job rather than sitting on board a vessel and doing the job. And these guys don't have that kind of experience to talk to people, or they have not faced that many challenges. And it is going to increase only.
Sir, I assure you that it is going to increase, because with the
Especially for
smart
the-
ships thing coming up, with technology coming in big
With
time,
the
with
CO2
the star,
and CE rating coming, you as an engineer know, I mean, 2 years you must have seen BWTS, EGCS, you must have seen that. And you know what is the changes for you as an engineer. For as a navigator, not much of a changes, but for you it's been a drastic change, and it's going to increase more. Now with this carbon emission index, I had a brand new vessel which had a carbon monitoring system. And my chief engineer used to be running day in, day out just to get that system does not stop. So we are not worried about whether we are discharging or not, but because with that carbon index, at the end of the year, your money is calculated.
CII index.
I mean, for all your young viewers, it's going to be tougher. So you have to be mentally stronger.
It is, sir. I agree.
हाँ, हाँ.
There was a photograph I put on Instagram where I am ऐसे मत्था टेक रहा हूँ in front of BWTS only because earlier it used to be so easy life on bulk carriers. But then I realized even on bulk carriers life has become difficult because of thanks to BWTS. Earlier you could unmanned man ships, but now you cannot do that because BWTS is running.
Correct.
Even on tankers you're discharging, sir. COPT का अलग tension है, boilers is a big tension, and suddenly you got BWTS, and now you're talking about carbon emissions, which I have not.
No, and now there are scrubbers.
Now there's
Now there are scrubbers. Scrubber is the biggest one.
See, the challenges will definitely rise over a period of years. You have to be mentally stronger. What I find nowadays with the junior officers, quality can still be adhered to over a period of years. You can train a person, depending on person to person who is commanding the vessel. But you have to be mentally stronger, and you have to understand that this is a profession which you have chosen by yourself. This is a voluntary profession. Nobody has forced you to come here. It's not only about money, it is also about profession.
Agreed.
So if you think of it professionally, even if somebody says, I don't like this job, I want to become an IAS, for that you have to study, and after you become an IAS, you have to perform. Same way it's here, you have to perform. You perform, nobody is going to say anything to you. The day you start underperforming is the day people will start saying, including master or the company. So mentally stronger is the key word, which I find myself. I will tell the viewers here very clearly, first ship, first day, after 8 hours I cried. Where have I come? But that was first day, first ship, and after that it's been 23 years, nothing.
What about you, sir? आप कब रोए पहली बार ship पे?
Well, I don't think that ever happened. I never felt seasick also, but then probably that.
At one point of time, I
मैं
thought.
बहुत रोया, मैं बहुत
हाँ.
At one point of time, मुझे ऐसा लगा किधर आ गया.
Initial days, maybe first 10-15 days you feel bad or you feel different, and then you get used to it. Finally it is getting used to it. See, you go to any profession, you do any work, it is a matter of getting used to it.
First time it will be a problem.
In fact, even now when you go back, first 10-15 days you feel odd यार.
You feel odd.
थोड़ा तो odd लगता है ना कि आप कहाँ से आए. अरे आप उसकी भी छोड़ो. Even when you come home, थोड़ा वो लगता है यार मैं वहाँ से यहाँ आ गया. मतलब your feeling of the vessel still takes about 2 weeks for you to sink.
See, that's why I remember very clearly about this particular contract. After 10 months I came back. I signed off in Singapore. I took a taxi to my hotel, and I told my wife that I'm seeing so many people after 10 months. Can you imagine? 10 months I did not go ashore, so I saw so many people on the road. It was different for me. It took me also some time to understand where I've come back.
And the kind of sacrifices from everything, sir.
I mean, you can call it sacrifice. For me, it is my profession. But then you realize after 10 months, यार बहुत किया. तो वही यार मेंटल टफनेस तो जरूरी है. वो लगता नहीं कि है, बट वो अपने आप आ जाती है, इनग्रेन हो जाती है ना.
सर आप दोनों इतने सीनियर मास्टर्स हैं, you have been sailing, you have frequently sailing. What is that one thing? I'll come back to you again, sir. What is that one thing that still makes you कि नहीं यार मुझे वापस जहाज पे जाना है? What is making you continue?
Well, I would say it is that salt water. I would say it is that salt water that takes me back, the love of the sea, and another thing that really takes me back is when you go back, you go to the purest of the environments. Okay? You are living like there are people who say if you stay in Delhi, you are reducing your life by 5 years. Okay? When you go there, you get the purest of the air. Your health improves. Have you ever seen somebody going on board and getting critically ill continuously? यहाँ पे सारे virus, no virus, no bacteria. That's the best of the place to live here. You come here because you have social reasons to come here.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Other than that, the purest of the things for your health are there. ठीक है? आपको पानी से बीमारी नहीं होगी until unless of course something has really gone wrong. ठीक है? आपके पास हवा सबसे clean है. So that is another factor. You want to keep yourself healthy, be at sea. ठीक है? The life is not so I would say pressure, so much pressure that you degrade your health. It is not that. यहाँ पे कई बार pressure रहते हैं. Sometimes you see people who are working, for example, in the shore job in the shipping company only. A typical shipping office outside India starts at 8 in the morning. ठीक है? And how much do they slog? They slog at least till 2200 at night, with some lunch break, 2 hours lunch break in the afternoon.
नहीं, I agree.
We are much better at sea. They say normal working hours are 8 hours. You slog 10. Normally in 10. Normally. Exceptions are always there. But you slog 10. Once you slog 10, you don't have to drive 2 hours back to your home.
You just
In
have
2
to go to
minutes,
the cabin
you
and
are in
sleep
your
there.
cabin. Finished.
Workplace और sleeping place में there is just a difference of
There
few
is,
stairs.
yeah.
Few staircases.
Few
yeah.
staircases ना.
That's
अभी यार यहाँ पे लोग even in places like Dehradun, for me it takes in the peak hour about 45 minutes to reach the
And
office.
this is a small city.
And this is a small
Sir,
city.
अभी right now let us not talk about Dehradun because अभी मैं इतने खराब state में हूँ. This interview will go in somewhere else. I drive on Activa sir and still it is in 45 minutes coming from my academy to over here and I have to go to Pacific Golf Facility, cannot go there. You can see the amount of rush over here. God. And every night I am putting that Otriven inside my nose right now. कि चल भाई मेरा नाक खुल जाए. What is happening over here?
Correct.
It never happened during my sailing life. Going up and down. अभी right now टोन तो नहीं निकली है. But I am not walking. I am not doing anything right now. No physical.
वहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ पता है कब डिले लगता है? To be on the lighter side, जब साला आप किनारा गए हो यार अभी पोर्ट 1 घंटा दूर है. लेट हो रहे हैं काम पे पहुँचना है. ठीक है?
Yeah.
So that is the only thing. Otherwise it's 2 minutes
Yeah.
from your workplace to your rest place.
Yeah.
ठीक है? तो these are the things that really tell you when you go back you know you'll start earning.
Yeah.
ठीक है? You are going on a cleaner environment and that gives you a change.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Everybody loves their family. Everybody needs to make sacrifices. These people come to the office every day and make sacrifices from 8 in the morning till 8 at night.
Yeah.
ठीक है? By the time a normal people in the office who go, the child has already slept.
Yeah.
And by the time they wake, the child has gone to school.
Yeah.
What? They see them normally for long days only on weekends.
Yeah.
When we are at home, we see them for 5 months every day, continuously. So, I believe this gives us one of the best opportunities. We accumulate our leave together. So why not? Why should we say I am always motivated to go back.
Sir, I'll be making a separate video on that because मैं तो वैसे बोल रहा हूँ. I'm saying that for me you are one such brand ambassador जो कि if you're saying this over here, I know you mean it. Each and every word that you're saying, you mean it because it is not just your words, it is your actions that have said that as well.
Correct.
So I'll be making a separate video. It is not easy.
Correct.
So sir, now coming back to you, last question of the day I would say because ये तो अभी सर इतनी देर चल सकता है कि
you can
बाद में we are
keep
बोलेंगे,
going
so
on, yeah.
keep going on. Sir, आपके दिमाग में कभी नहीं आया शोर जॉब करने के लिए एवर कि यार चलो
क्यों नहीं आया यार? क्यों नहीं आया? At the start of my when I got command 2-3 years down the line when my friends started working ashore, Singapore, Houston, wherever they were always an inkling कि यार what is on the other side because now you've reached the pinnacle of your
in sea life career
में you have reached pinnacle. Master क्या super master तो नहीं बनने वाले, you will become master only. So what is on the other side? I had offers, I rejected offers, I would say, and the only reason I rejected the offer was because of the fact, like he said, when people said that they are coming ashore for their family, they were actually not with their family.
No, I completely endorse that.
I showed my wife that life when I went to a friend of mine who was in Singapore as an operation manager in some company. He was sitting with me on the sofa, his laptop was on, his phone was on, he was talking to me, he was having a drink with me, he was talking to me, but he was not with me. So that is not the kind of life I wanted. I like this life because of two things and two things only. One, it is a dynamic lifestyle. No one day is same. Even though you're seeing the same people every day, no one day is same. One day will be some other problem, one day will be other problem, which keeps your mind occupied. Secondly, there is no job in the world which will give you this kind of chuttis, holidays. There is no job in the world. If you want, you can sail 6 months in a row and you can stay at home for 6 months. You tell me a job where you can be at 6 months at home without any problems.
ये सब सुन के तो मेरा वापस दिल कर रहा है जाने का. एंड सर आई कम्प्लीटली एंडोर्स इट कि टुडे व्हेन आई स्टॉप्ड सेलिंग, आई अभी इट्स बीन 2 years, 2.5 years that I've not been on ship. I thought यार मेरा बेटा बड़ा और I'll give him time. The only thing the positive is कि बस मैं रात को उसको जफ्फी पाके सोता हूँ. Rest time I am not there with him. Just maybe on a Sunday I find today. And सर मेरी वाइफ मुझे कितनी बार कहती भी है, कहती है सर तुम जहाज पे ही थे, कम से कम आते तो टाइम तो देते थे, अब तो लगातार साथ रहते हैं.
You asked, Darshan is there, both of us started this thing and we are on holidays right now, supposed to be on holidays right now. We are here from this time to that time. So family is also suffering for that. So same way, if somebody is working in the office between 8 to 5, which is a normal time, 8 to 5, but it's never 8 to 5.
Sure.
Just 8 to 5. So
हाँ Upinder.
यार it's a challenge. But
Good afternoon.
मैंने लगा मेरे लिए तो सबसे बड़ा reason ये है कि it's a dynamic environment.
So last but not the least, I'll end this video which could have continued for a long period of time because there's so much to make. But अब मुझे पता चल गया कभी मुझे कुछ डेक और इंजन के बारे में कभी बनाना है, दिस इज वन प्लेस वेयर आई कैन फाइंड टू मास्टर्स एनी टाइम. तो मेरे पास वीडियोस की कभी कमी नहीं रहेगी. विद दिस थैंक यू कैप्टन सुदर्शन बिष्ट, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच. एंड विद दिस जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय माता.
जय हिंद.
Thank you.
जय हिंद.